So then after Woody Fest, what are you doing?
Oh,
You've
I'm
got your
doing
show coming out
a couple of. Oh, yes, I'm going to
later in this
Rochester,
year. Tell us
and
about
we're
that.
developing a. Well, when Peter passed away, he had. Well, on this tour, he kept saying, "Melanie, you've got to write a book. You've got to write a book." And I could never get the chronological order of things right. You know, I don't know which happened first. And he said, "Don't worry about it. Just start writing things, and then worry about the order later." And he brought me a a beautiful leather book, and he said, "I want you to start writing." So I took the book and I had it, and I never started writing anything. And the night that he passed away, I looked at the book, and I opened it, and it was empty, and I thought, you know, this is how it begins. It's Peter's story. It's really Peter's story, because his story is so interwoven in mine. And I really don't think there would have ever been a Melanie if there wasn't a Peter. You know, because he was the one. I was shy. I was an introvert. I didn't see myself as a celebrity. I didn't want people to look at me. I hate it, you know. I just wanted to be an archaeologist, or in the Peace Corps, or, you know, something of service to mankind. And I love to
But I think you have been with your music, and it was sort of like a destiny the way you met Peter. Oh my goodness.
Strange meeting. Well, I was supposed to be going to an acting audition. I went to the building and realized I didn't have the address, the number of the suite where it was. So I asked the doorman, and there was a doorman then in full uniform, and he just said, "Well, go to 511. They're always doing weird things there." So I just did, you know, and I met these music publishers. I didn't even know what a publisher did, you know. They were Hugo and Luigi, and they had just hired Peter Shakaric to run their production company because they were writing a Broadway show. I stumbled into this office by mistake. I met the secretary, and I realized it wasn't the right place, and I started to cry, and she was going to help me find the place where they were doing this audition, and because it was for a part that called for a girl to play the guitar and sing, and that was very unusual because Broadway theater itself wasn't, you know, they didn't have too many parts for girls who played the guitar and sang. So I felt that this was my destiny, you know, I had to be there. And through this, I'm sitting in the office crying, and Hugo and Luigi walk in and say, "What do you want?" You know, "Give her an appointment, Joyce, you know, we'll set her up for Thursday." And that's when I met Peter. And
Unbelievable. And was it love at first sight?
It was definitely love at first sight for him. For me, you know, I was too oblivious. I never knew, you know, if people liked. I never got that flow. They'd have to have me in the bed before I figured, I think he likes me. You know, I was never one of the.
That could be a better thing than just kind of like, do they like me?
I never got it. So, yeah, it was definitely. He looked at me, and that's what I want. and
look at that.
Yeah.
Look at what you did together all these years. It's pretty incredible. So now what's next after you go to Woodstock, the Woody Fest? Your show's coming out in October up in Rochester. It opens, and it's called, tell us the name.
Melanie and the Record Man.
A musical.
A musical with my original music in it and some new songs. And
beautiful.
And there's a Nicolette Hart is going to play the young Melanie. And then I'm going to be a narrator.
Oh, okay.
Telling the story.
So this is a stage show, and it's a story of your life, basically, told through song.
Through the music and some narration, and again, when I started to write the story, it was that night, you know, that I put it down. I didn't dare touch that book that he gave me, the empty book, but I started writing. Sometimes you don't know it's a story until it has an end. So that's how it began, and that's how I'll continue.
It sounds absolutely beautiful. I can't wait to see it.